Hi friends! Happy Holy Monday. This is the Monday of Holy Week. And normally we don't do anything big on this day. Some people might go to a noonday service at their church if this were a normal year. But at our church, we don't really have any big traditions for Holy Monday. But this is a day to remember and journey with Jesus as he moves towards the cross, just like the rest of this week is. And to be honest, once Jesus arrived in Jerusalem after Palm Sunday, things were, well, kind of boring. People were asking him questions. He went back to teaching people, and he taught them a lot about the fact that God's law is not just about following a bunch of rules. It's actually about being in a right relationship with God and with our neighbors. And so here's one conversation that Jesus had from the book of Matthew, chapter 22, starting in verse 34. Hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees were one group of religious leaders. The Pharisees, another group of religious leaders, got together. One of them, an expert in the law, tested Jesus with this question: "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments." You see, Jesus knew that there were so many laws in the Old Testament that the Jewish people were trying to follow at the time that it was overwhelming. And he wanted them to understand that all of those rules really depend on our love for God and the way we show love to our neighbors. And so today, on this Holy Monday, I want you to do something. I want you to find an empty card or some paper, and I want you to write a letter or a card to someone who lives alone or someone who works at a hospital, like maybe one of our chaplains. And if you don't know who to write the card to or who to write the letter to, reach out to me and I will be happy to connect you with people in our faith community or chaplains at a hospital who could use some encouragement and some love right now. And then I want you to think. Do things feel kind of boring right now? Is your Holy Monday like that Monday of the last week of Jesus's life before the resurrection, just kind of normal and ho-hum, or maybe even more boring than usual? What do you think Jesus felt when life wasn't very exciting? And how can you love your neighbors even when you can't be with them right now? So that's your task today, friends. Spend some time thinking about what Jesus thought or did when life wasn't very exciting. And find some ways to show love to your neighbors. If you'd like to write a card to someone who lives alone or to one of our chaplains at the hospital, reach out to me and I'll be happy to give you some information. Friends, I love you so much. I pray that you're well, and I'll see you tomorrow on Holy Tuesday.